Hey everybody, Dion Major here with Inside Sales by Design as well as salesclass.ai, coming at you with a prelude to our Universal Sales Truth podcast. And one, thank you so much for listening and being here. We really appreciate it. Number two is we're launching Universal Sales Truth because there are certain motions and truths when it comes to human interaction from a sales perspective that were true 2,000 years ago, that are true today, and will be true in the future as well. And so make sure that you subscribe to our podcast. You can hear from a variety of amazingly well-rounded individuals and that have a wealth of experience. And that's the other half of the coin, right? Is we are able to achieve more and go faster when we learn from other people. We're not able to succeed all on our own or fail all on our own. So we should learn the good and the bad from everybody so we can get about to our life's work in a quicker capacity. So that being said, I wanted to share with you one of the universal sales truths that I deeply believe to be true, haven't always, but definitely believe it to be true, which is harmonization. And I believe it's the harmonization between the qualitative and the quantitative aspects of our lives and our jobs at the end of the day. Here's what I mean by that is a qualitative approach brings in sharing with people the why behind what we're doing. The more I give people context, my team, my kids, my husband, the people I'm talking with, my soon-to-be clients, my colleagues, the more I can begin a conversation with, thank you so much for joining us today. Here's what I think we're going to be talking about. And here's maybe I think where we want our conversation to go and where we want it to end up. The more I come into a conversation with setting the stage, providing the context, then it really allows for that deeper dive into, gosh, let's start looking at the pieces we have. How would we want to set this proverbial table at the end of the day for the final outcome? And the final outcome may be a variety of things you're looking to do. Maybe forming a partnership, it may be getting a deal signed, it may be getting a meeting, it may be expanding within an account, it may be asking somebody to be a speaker on your podcast. The desired outcomes can be wide and varied at the end of the day. But the more we enter into each and every interaction on our calendar, the more we enter into those interactions with a clear harmonization between the why and the what, the better off we're all going to be. And there's a cascading effect for all of that as well. We as professionals hopefully have a brand. And if you've identified that brand, the more we can come into a meeting with setting clear expectations, setting clear guidelines and boundaries, why we're here, what are we hoping to achieve, what is the purpose of our discussion or a meeting, the more we can extrapolate out into that, because then you're also saying the more, let me backtrack just a second, the more we have these intentions going into each interaction, each meeting, each Zoom call, each phone call, the more we are consistent with that, the more our brand and our reputation is known that says, oh, if I'm going into a meeting with so-and-so, or if I'm getting a note from so-and-so, or so-and-so wants to meet with me, we're also setting the stage for, oh, you know what, this person typically has an idea, has a plan, so on and so forth, right? Whenever we're asking for something, there's a thought process on the other side of that says, oh, this person typically. So we want to make sure that when we're going to go to market and we're going to ask for a meeting, or we're going to ask them to be on a podcast, or we're going to ask for a meeting, we've set the stage a little bit from that qualitative perspective that says, oh, their communication is on par, or this is how it makes me feel, or when this person asks me or interacts with me, the communication approach is typically X. right? So there's a couple of things that we gain for a win-win for everybody. I know that's kind of an overused term, but the more we balance and we have that harmonization between the qualitative, we're able to set the table, we're able to talk about why, our purpose, things of that nature. The more consistent we are with that approach, the more we build our brand and our reputation in the marketplace. Then in each individual interaction, we have a cascading effect that helps people to understand where we're coming from. It also helps them to prepare. And it also, hopefully, during the course of that conversation, helps them to be heard, the person on the receiving end of our ask. So that's my universal sales truth. I believe in the power of harmonization and harmony, and bringing the why and the what to each and every interaction at the end of the day. It gives us clarity and crystallizes what are we asking and what action do we want the other person to take. Because sometimes if we don't do that, there's some ambiguity and people are asking, hey, I don't know what you're asking, and they're not really sure what action we want them to take. That's no good either, right? So confusion is the opposite of clarity. And the more we enter into our interactions with our colleagues, both personal, professional, and our peers, the better off we're going to be. So I hope that universal sales truth is, there's some nuggets in there you can take away for today. And be sure to subscribe to our podcast, connect with me on LinkedIn. You can also send me an email if you want, or reach out via cell phone. Looking forward to chatting with you. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.